Hi people, how are you? I hope you're fine. I'm great and I'm going to review this book, which is an advanced reading copy of the last novel of the Loopy. It's the 12th one and it's called Mind Magic. And the author, as you might well know, is Eileen Wilks, who is a great author and I think even a better person. I was very happy to receive this book and being able to make a review of it. So I will try to be completely neutral and say what I think about this book. In this book we have the results of previous books in which Lily Yu has been linked to Sam the Dragon, and they both share something called mind speech. So they can kind of talk to each other telepathically, but it's more like that. It's like mind speech. It's you can speak using this mental way or whatever you want to call it. As a result of this, whilst Lily Brains acclimates to it, she's having hallucinations, and these hallucinations are keeping her out of the Unit 12 line of work she uses to do. And I like to see Lily at this vulnerable moment in time in which she is suffering from hallucinations, but at the same time she wants to be useful and she wants to overcome the situation she is in. So she is very brave and she keeps on fighting and trying to be the person she was before. Also, we find Raul Turner, his Loopy husband. They are married and he's worried about her. And this worry just increases when Sam calls on Lily and asks her to go to Ohio as a part of a kind of a secret mission. And it worries Raul because he can't go with her. She has to go alone. And it's like, what? Why? And so we have these two characters that have like these different stories, because Lily arrives to Ohio, she goes with another werewolf, and we follow her plot. And also we have Raul's plot that I will come to it later. And also we have a third person on this book, a girl called Demi. And at the beginning, when I was reading her chapters, I was like, what? Because it was kind of weird. And if you keep reading, you discover that this character has Asperger. So when she thinks, or when we read about what she's thinking or doing or whatever, it's written in the same way a person with Asperger will think. So for me it was very interesting to be put in that place, but also sometimes it can get very confused to try to wrap your own mind to the way of thinking Demi has. So I have mixed opinions about this book. I love the Loopy series, but I don't know why. I always found these books like very dense. I have to be highly concentrated to follow them. I don't know why, because they are superbly written and they have very compelling characters, but I don't know why. Sometimes it saturates me and I have to make little breaks like, okay, I'm going to go back to you later, now I'm going to read a comic book or whatever. I have to unwind. I don't know why, but it's something that happens to me. Maybe it's because the author gives us these lots and lots of information so we can get to be in the book and understand everything. And sometimes I have to take a break and it's like, let everything process. I don't know, maybe it's silly, probably it's just me, but it happens to me. So I like a lot this book, the fact that we find Lily going solo in this investigation, and soon he finds a victim, a man who has been killed with magic. So she calls her boss and asks him to be back in duty in Unit 12. So she can investigate what has happened with this body and why has he been killed and why magic has been involved. And we have this line where she is doing all of that, and suddenly she finds a brownie, and suddenly she just up and disappear. Just like that. I am telling no more about it because you have to read it just to know where she goes and why does she disappear. This disappearance of his mate turns Loopy Rule Turner like, it's like, where is my wife? And while he's trying to find where she is, there began to be this arrest. There is news about Rule Turner or Cullen or other Loopy. There is news about them being bad guys. Rule Turner, for instance, is accused of doing the dirty with kids, which is completely false, but he gets arrested. The same happens with more Loopy. And it's like, what's happening here? Why are being Loopy arrested? What? Who is behind all of this? What he wants to do, he or she, whatever it is. And also we have this plot about Demi, this girl who we began to discover she has some kind of gift. And she explains there is this kind of school for gifted kids. Gifted kids, don't think about it as X-Men gifted kids school. It's like more dark. It's like there is this person, Mr. Smith, who is kind of recruiting kids, and the premise is that he uses them. Well, the premise is that he doesn't use them, but that he helps them control their gifts. But the truth is that he uses them for his dark purposes. And all these stories, the stories of Lily, the stories of Rule, and the stories of Demi, are just interlocked in this book, and we find more and more and more. I am afraid I'm not doing justice to this book in this review, and that's why I'm going to recommend that you read it. If you love the previous Loopy novels, you're going to love this one. I like a lot this one because it puts Lily in a new place. I like to see this kind of vulnerable side of her. I like to see how she's having hallucinations and how she fights to overcome this, and how she tries to be like the person she was before, but like in a better version, because now she has this mind speech thing and she can connect to dragons. And I find this like wow, there's this human who's married to a werewolf who's now speaking to dragons, and now we have brownies on the book. It's like, I love how easily Eileen Wilks is able to interlock humanity with supernatural things like, I don't know, mental gift, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, and werewolves and dragons. I mean, you're reading all of this, and everything is so well written that not once you think, no, that's not possible. It's like, yeah, and if you have just a sliver of a doubt, you're going to keep reading, and then she's going to spend like 2 or 3 pages demonstrating you why this is possible. And that's the thing that I love the most, and also is the thing that makes me think that these novels are so dense that I need sometimes to make breaks, because it's like lots of information that I want to process and I want to understand to keep on enjoying this reading. I particularly will recommend it to you if you have read the previous Loopy novels, and if you haven't, I will recommend that you try to read a sample of them, because they are amazing. You're going to find this human detective who's Lily Yu, and you're going to be with her when she is investigating and she meets the Loopy leader, Rule Turner, and you're going to follow her in her investigations and in her love relationship with this Loopy, and you are going to believe everything. As I said, I love how this author just makes the unreal real in her books. It's amazing how well she writes and how you can almost touch these characters she writes, because they are like very well rounded and they behave in natural ways that welcome to this kind of characters that are constructed. I mean, it's like they are real and they have these learnings and these experiences and these lives, and I like to be following them, see how they grow up and see how they evolve and see how they, you know, interact with each other, and this world just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I really recommend this book if you love fantasy and if you love werewolves, but not the typical werewolf that goes wolfy when there is a full moon and all of this, but more like a werewolf who's in control of himself, that has this two-sided nature in which we have the human and the wolf inside the same body, and they kind of interact with each other and they are present in this world. And you know, that's like this werewolf mafia, and it's not a mafia, it's like, you know, it's more like our society. And if you want to be represented on this world, you can follow Lily Yu. He's a human stumbling upon wolves and dragons and whatever it happens to cross her path. I will recommend this book. It's going to be published on November the 3rd, and the price, it will be around $8 or so, and it's going to be in the category paranormal romance, and it's going to be a Berkeley Sensation mass market paperback. So, you know, get it, read it, and you're going to love it, really. And also, kudos to Eileen Wilks for being this really nice person and this great writer, really. It's an honest review, really. I just like this book, even though it's kind of dense for me, as I said, but it's a read that I like, and I hope that you do too if you read it. So, thank you for watching. Bye!